In an effort to make more lighthearted content, I decided to continue a mini-series of sorts that I started years back. Known as the league's self-appointed prankster, Marc-Andre Fleury has been making us smile for around 20 years now, and it's been during his lengthy career that Fleury hasn't been above trolling his opponents on ice. As I alluded to, this isn't the first video I've done of this kind, therefore if you haven't yet, I recommend that you also check out part 1 and 2 of the series. In this video, we're going to go over several more of Fleury's top troll moments. And with that, here are 4 more troll moments from the Flower himself. In case you're new to hockey or just not familiar with the Central Division, well, the Edmonton Oilers and Minnesota Wild don't exactly like each other. From Leon Draisaitl's spear on Kirill Kaprizov to Ryan Hartman flipping Evander Kane the Bird, there's never been a shortage of entertainment displayed when these two teams meet. And the regular season game in early December of last year that was played in Edmonton was no different. During the latter portion of the second period, Fleury, who decided to have a little fun, grabbed Zach Hyman's stick and tossed it aside. However, in doing so, the goaltender also discarded his blocker. While he was retrieving his equipment, he decided he wasn't done throwing his opponent's gear. Since Draisaitl was in close proximity, Fleury took the opportunity to troll again by getting the forward's helmet off of his head and tossing it aside. And as is usually the case, Fleury did so with his patented grin going ear to ear. Even though Fleury had a rather shortened stay with the Chicago Blackhawks, that doesn't mean that he wasn't able to still troll in Chi-Town. Amid a regular season contest in the Windy City between Chicago and Anaheim, play came to a halt early in the second period. After Fleury was able to make a save and sprawl out on top of the puck, Nick Deslauriers checked up on the Flower, making sure all was well. Following such a classy gesture, Fleury decided to return the favor by trolling Sam Steele. Steele, who was being held down onto the ice by Erik Gustafsson, ended up losing his helmet due to Fleury seizing an opportunity. As most of us know, the Stanley Cup playoffs have a way of birthing some of the worst rivalries imaginable. And when it comes to Brendan Gallagher and Marc-Andre Fleury, the two opponents are no exception. Back during the postseason in which the Canadiens made the Stanley Cup Finals, the Vegas Golden Knights proved to be a tough obstacle to overcome. And it was during Game 1 of the series between the two teams that Marc-Andre Fleury went after Brendan Gallagher. With that being said, by the time Fleury was traded to Minnesota, he was all too familiar with the pesky forward by then. And it was during the final frame of play in the Bell Center that Fleury saw a chance to one-up Gallagher in the crease. After getting tangled up with Brandon Duhaime, Gallagher did his best diving impression and slid Fleury's way in hopes of drawing a penalty. However, instead of getting the ref's attention, he got that of Minnesota's goalie instead, as Fleury decided to rip Gallagher's helmet directly off of his head before carrying on as if nothing had happened. In response to the antics, Gallagher could be seen absolutely furious thereafter. And the most recent moment on this list took place during a preseason contest featuring the young prodigy Connor Bedard. Since the game was being settled by a shootout, Bedard was made to face the Flower one-on-one. Fleury, who initially looked like he was going for the poke check, decided to use his stick once again, this time to trip the rookie as he dangled his way through the crease. And humorously enough, Fleury was just warming up as he decided to go for the poke check yet again. However, this time, after taking Taylor Hall's legs out from under him, Fleury ended up using his glove hand to almost say, "Out of my crease, you hawk scum." In all seriousness, it's important to point out the classy gesture that Fleury gave Bedard as he was processing what had just happened. In conclusion, this may very well be the last video of this series due to Fleury's impending retirement. After seeing Montreal fans giving him a send-off, it's hard not to wonder if this could be his very last season. For most of us watching, it's truly been a delight watching this guy on and off the ice. Whether he's making the desperation saves or pranking his teammates, Fleury will forever be missed by many. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing if you haven't, and as always, thank you for watching.